Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Outer Space. This will be turn 17, turn 17 for Japan, July of 1944. Before we get into it, one minor bit of housekeeping from the German turn. Fighters can't raid, so those 2 convoy damage applied to GB are returned. Okay, on to the Japanese turn. We will start with the tech. We'll be rolling for improved construction at a 7 or higher, and large ships at an 8 or higher. Fantastic, both hit. That will change our buys a little bit. Over to our purchases, we have 40 to spend, and we are going to spend all 40. We're going to start 2 heavy battleships, build 2 infantry, 1 stage of a heavy cruiser. That's just completing this heavy cruiser here. 4 militia and 1 airborne, and repairing 4 points of strategic bombing damage. Alright, over to the combatants. We do have a small few. We'll start with South Australia. We've got a destroyer coming out of port and a P17, picking up a marine from New South Wales, and then moving 1, 2, 3, 4 into I2 and conducting an amphibious assault of Madagascar. Okay, we have from I-14, we have 2 submarines moving up 1, 2, 3 into P-51 and raiding the American convoy line. We have a strategic bomber from Siam flying out 1, 2 and bombing the major port in the Philippines. And they're going to be followed by a tactical bomber flying out of Kyushu 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2 to land, port striking that major port, whatever ship gets left. And then we also have the other strategic bomber flying from Manchuria, flying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Hong Kong and bombing the major dockyard there. And we'll also have the light carrier coming out of port from Honshu, not Kyushu, and then moving 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 tactical bomber will be flying out of Honshu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 1 to land. And a naval transport is going to come out of Tokyo with an infantry and a marine, and amphibiously assault Aitu and Kiska. And I do believe that will be all of our combat movement declarations. Alright, so let's go ahead and start rolling them out. Madagascar is already taken care of. We'll start with the convoy rating in P-51. We have Japanese subs with a +2 and American convoys at a +1 for a net of +1 to the Japanese. That's 1 damage. I'm actually going to confirm that the American techs have not changed. They have LRA, no radar, no ASW. Okay, yeah. And then the next sub, 3 damage. That's gonna just finish the line. That's 3 raided from the American bank. Alright, moving on to... let's go ahead and do the Philippines first. We'll do the strategic bombing. We've got inherent AA at 3 and 2 D6 of bombing damage. Oh no, the bomber's dead. The maximum of 5 damage is dealt to the port. And at that moment, the Americans are electing to pull out their 2 battleships and their naval transport. And then the port strike will not have any inherent AA because the maximum damage was dealt. So we've just got a 7 or less. That's a hit. Oh well, that's a real bummer. Okay, on to the next bombing run we have on Hong Kong. Inherent AAA at 3 and 2 D6 of bombing damage. Maximum of 5 damage, and the bomber survives. Okay. And then last we have the combat in Attu and Kiska. Yeah, that's all. We've got... Oh, I do believe this is actually going to be mountain terrain, so these are both going to be rolling at 1 or less in attack. And then a tactical bomber at 7. That's a miss. And then defense, militia. Nice. Okay. The red will just be the militia. Nice. Okay. Still no hits for me, but you missed 2. Oh no, there it is, and I hit. Okay. So we're going to lose the infantry, but capture Attu and Kiska. Okay. How many of the small markers left over? All those territories got captured by the Americans. That'll do. Okay. With that, we could land our aircraft. The tactical bomber up here lands in Attu, or lands on the carrier. The Strat bomber in Hong Kong lands in Siam. And the tactical bomber from Luzon and Visayas has 2 movement left and also lands in Siam. Okay. Now we can move on to the non-combat movement phase. We have a destroyer from P72 moving over to P70. Where did this come? Okay, this came from here. I'm gonna leave it in port in South Australia. A Marine from Sydney is marching up into New South Wales. 2 coastal submarines from P69 are moving up into P61. The submarine from I9 is moving 1, 2, 3 into P60. From India, we have 1 infantry and 2 artillery moving from Maharashtra to Delhi. 1 artillery for moving from Delhi to Benares, and 1 heavy tank moving from Delhi to Siam via strategic rail movement. And we have the 2 aircraft from Korea returning to Honshu. Infantry from eastern Manchuria moving into Rihe. We have the rest of the ground forces in Japan moving into Honshu. And the ships in Honshu are coming out of port and moving over and going in port in Tokyo instead. With that, we have all of our movements accounted for. Let's go ahead and place our buys and collect our income. Our base income will be 35. I think we get a bonus of +3. Yeah. And that brings me to 38. The forward points of damage that will be repaired are... Oh no. Okay, let's see, I had... 4 of those. That's gonna be it. And then the last 4 were the bombing damage. Yeah, okay, so this is what we're placing. We've got 2 militia each in Tokyo and Honshu. 1 airborne in Tokyo, 1 infantry in Rihe, 1 heavy cruiser in Tokyo, and the last infantry will attempt to squeeze out from... You know, I'm actually unsure how these supply paths work. I don't know if I have to pass the interdiction both when I enter the port and exit it. But I'm going to roll only 1 interdiction die for passing a submarine to get supply to Australia. Get it to Siam. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'll count out supply later. I'll make sure I have a supply path, and I'll amend things if what I do correct or do in the video is incorrect. We will be rolling for at least 1 interdiction roll, 3 or less against that infantry. That does miss. And we'll use Dice Maiden if I need to roll another interdiction roll. Okay, so we'll leave things there and pass things along for the next British Commonwealth and Free French turn. So we'll leave things there and say best of luck on your next roll.